Hey guys, hi Janet, Debbie, Dawn, Arlene. Hi guys. Get a sip of my lemon water here. Just been pulling some journals. I didn't know which ones. I'm trying to decide whether I want to deconstruct some of these. Do I want to deconstruct them? Do I want to keep working in them? I don't know. I'm going to kind of go through them and decide. I know this one is the one I'm always working in, trying to finish this one. But and this is just a handful that I pulled off the shelf. Trust me, I got shelves and shelves of them. So we'll see. Take a bite of banana, see what's going on. And Yeah, we'll put our prompts. Terry did do a prompt in the midst of her move. And let's see, let's get rid of this. Um Terry did last week's prompt in the middle of her move. Oh my gosh. Hi Cat. Hi Rainbow. A lemon water here. And let's see what else. So move my phone. Got all kinds of things I'm trying to organize here. While let's put that up there. I don't need that one. So many journals. I couldn't even hardly pick. And y'all seen most of them, and I've worked in them off and on throughout the years. And I did bag up or bin up, bend, bin, bin, two full bins full of art journals, and I put them in the garage because I just had too many. I just don't have shelf room for all my art journals. So I said, let's just continue on. Let's see what else we can go through here. Either take pictures and maybe make some, stickers, postcards, something. Hi, Christina. Let's see, Ellen. So I do like to say good morning to everybody for a few minutes, first thing. And cats were both up here. And I was trying to shuffle journals and they were just trying to walk. I finally go, okay, y'all get down. Y'all got to get down. Hi, CK. Let's see. Yeah, we did Spring Forward on Saturday night. So I am here at the right time, right? It's 8:30 now in the morning. And if y'all don't know, I stream every Monday and Wednesday, 8:30 a.m. Eastern. Let's see. So this little post-it note here. Looking around, get to this in a minute. And we will pull our prompts and I'll show Terry's. And I do have to say, I kind of want to wait till a few more people come in because they're going to ask. Hi, Val. Because I mentioned it last week doing Mark. Let me see how you say his last name from Instagram. His bracelet challenge or bracelet project. And Riri and I both tried it, and it's a bust. I'm just going to tell y'all straight up, it was a bust with the popsicle sticks or the tongue depressors. I don't know. I didn't see where he said. It looks really cool. Let me show y'all the project on IG here. Let me go find him again. Do I have to step out in the hall to get it to load? Let's see. Here we go. Nope, they loaded. Okay. So Mark Montano did this see, there's the popsicle sticks, and he boils them, and then he puts them in a glass to form them. I'm going to tell y'all. And then he collages them. I'll go ahead and tell y'all. If people ask, I'll say it again. I not have to repeat myself. Popsicle sticks, or tongue depressors. I boiled them for an hour, let them soak overnight, and they still will not bend. I mean, I could force them to bend. Here's my forced bends into glasses. They break. They don't bend on the edges. I'm sorry, I don't know what Mark did to get them to bend, but Riri said the same thing. There she is, Riri. Riri said the same thing. It's a bust. So yeah, they bend, they snap. I tried to, after soaking them overnight after boiling them for an hour. This is the best I could do. And so yeah, these do not bend. So, and I'm not going to tell you what it is, but I did tell Riri, shh, don't say nothing, Riri, because Riri was having the same problem. I found something else to do to make some bracelets, but my stuff that what I'm going to make them out of won't get here till tomorrow on it from Amazon. So if it's here by tomorrow, we'll try on Wednesday. I should have got the super special 6. I don't know what those are. I got the wavy ones. He was using wavy ones, right? He was using wavy ones. Arlene. So anyway, guys, I tried over the weekend. I boiled them for an hour. I soaked them all overnight. And this was the best that I could get them to do. The ones that didn't snap. As you can see. So anyway, if y'all come up with a better solution, because I mean, I can collage these and, like I do my other wood discs and stuff. But bending them is the issue. It was all about the bend. It wasn't about the base. It was about the bend. Oh my gosh. So anyway, that's what happened with that. But I have another thing to try on Wednesday. If my stuff comes in tomorrow. Because I stream so early in the morning. See, and I just got mine from Hobby Lobby for $3. I know it does. I know. I don't know what it is, Riri, and I'm sure you probably soaked them for hours overnight or boiled them. Yeah. So I can't even hardly do that, Arlie, because most of them have. There's one that doesn't. But most of them have, look, the wood. The wood's all cracked and chipped, and yeah, no, didn't work. Hi, Cindy. You got your marriage sticker Emporium book. I know, I love that sticker book. Don't you, Missy? I know. I need to use it more. I love, because Jan and I both love Mary Englebright. But yeah, so I love that book too. Let's see, Fuzzy Falcon. Who else is here? If I missed you, I'm trying to catch up with everybody. So I had Vale and Cindy, Belinda. Hi, Belinda. Icy. Scrolling. Hi, Linda and Tim. But do you think what I showed you? You did research it, Riri. Are you going to try? And I already told Riri I'm going to send her some of what I'm ordering so she could try. What you think that'll work? I think it'll work, don't you? What I showed you, Riri, for. And hopefully it comes in tomorrow, and we'll do it on Wednesday. But that's the story on the wood sticks. Not everything can be a success. Now you'll know. Okay, so let me kind of pile these over to the side for a minute, and we'll get back to some of these. And so, yeah, like I said, I'm not sure if I want to deconstruct some, take some pictures, put some more in the garage in another bin. I feel too complete. I mean, I'm talking about those tall bins are like this big. I filled 2 to keep, and I filled another full one I gave to Denise. So yeah, I had 3 bins of sketchbooks, journals, all that stuff. And yeah, so I did weed down, but it's still, I got lots, and I either need to deconstruct them, take some pictures, or bin them up. Okay, so first off, let's go ahead and do, let me show Terry's completed prompt from last week, and she's probably not going to be here. She's probably not going to be here for another week, I think she said. It's not working because of the wood. Certain woods bend when they are wet. So one might, well, I don't know what kind of wood Mark was using, but this wood, and Riri, whatever she got, and she didn't have Hobby Lobby brand. I got Hobby Lobby brand. Riri got another brand. So yeah, I don't know. All right, so let's see here. Let me go find my pictures. So here we go. So Terry posted this. So the prompts were a bear, any sport, octopus, lily pad, cougar. She said it doesn't look much like a cougar and the bear's a bit wonky. I actually love the bear, but never mind. So she has a little cougar going, look, I got one. And the octopus is going, yes, and frightened all the rest off with your noise. And so she's, it's a little little illustration. So, but look how good these are. And she just makes this up based off the prompts we pick. And her characters have such good expressions, don't they, Janet? Her little characters always have the best expressions. Look at that. I love it so much, Terry. Thanks, Kat. There's a cat put in Terry's IG. That's the only place she posts is on IG. So it's Terry Brett 3 on IG. And I caught this one first thing this morning. I caught it first thing this morning. So thanks, Terry, for continuing to play along, even in the middle of a move. So hopefully she'll get her internet and stuff up and running by another week or so. I know they are. Her expressions are the best. Hi, Ann Makes. Juju is crafting on the back 40. Heart House. Lucretia. Who else? Anna Teresa. Anna Teresa just started Cracked Spine book. First cozy. Oh, you're going to love those. You're going to love those. I'm telling you. Right, Debbie? Isn't she going to love all the Cracked Spine books? Oh, my gosh. I think the next one comes out in June, number 9 or something. I'm probably wrong on the numbers. You'll want to read them all, Anna Teresa. They are so good. And I don't know if I follow you. I'll have to go find your channel after later. Let's see. And it's good to have you with us. All right, I'm trying to catch. If I miss you, I don't mean to. I do try to keep scrolling through and catch everybody. And yeah, Deb's at 110%. So, and Janet, I am caught up to past, I think one chapter past that we discussed in our Solving That Mystery book. I'm going to tell y'all this, the book that Janet and I are trying to solve this mystery. We're over halfway through the book. And it's like, come on, when's something going to happen here? Maybe that's just me and Janet. But anyway, so we'll let y'all know on how that one ends up. Let's see. I said hi to Belinda. So anybody else I missed? You haven't read? Well, you have company. Are they awake yet? Janet has her company family this week. I think until Thursday, correct, Janet? Till Thursday. So I think she's going to be. Are you going to be able to stream today or not, Janet? Let's find out real quick. Hi, CB. You might follow my other channel. That 70s kid, but hope to do a live this week. Okay. All right. Well, y'all check her out. Anna Teresa and that 70s kid. I don't know. That does sound familiar. But, if I follow you, you'll pop up in my feed. But, if I don't see you regularly. So, let's see. I'm trying to see if Janet's. Let's see. I think Barbie will. Oh, good. You're going to stream together. Okay. But we'll see how the morning goes. All right. Well, y'all make sure and check out and see if Janet streams at 1 Eastern today. Okay. Janet's on at 1 Eastern. We'll see how the morning goes. I'm glad you got your happy mail, Janet. Didn't you love those little chickens? Okay. Let's see. I'm looking around here. I did do a little organizing and a little continuation on some of my projects. All right, let's go ahead and pull our prompts and read our book of unusual knowledge. I did pick something to read out of that today that Laverne sent us. I really want to mix this up really well because it seems like we get a lot of the same ones. I got 300 things in here. Let's just really get to the very bottom and flip the whole thing over. There we go. All right, let's see what we can do here. And what I do is I just pick a little stack and I pick 5 off the top. I write them down, and y'all just write them down. If you can't think of some kind of something to make an illustration or a sketch or some ideas or a story when they're ever so grateful my account to be verified. Okay, all right, just hang in there. It will be I'm sure, Anna Teresa. All right, here we go. So today is 3/9/26. Can y'all believe it already? Next week we'll probably do some St. Patrick's Day green stuff for postcards or something. I'm not sure what yet, but we'll figure out something to do next week for that. And then we'll probably give away some postcards to do. And, do I celebrate St. Patrick's Day? No, but it's a tradition, a holiday, something just let's be happy. Let's celebrate the things that we can celebrate. All right. So let's see. All right. Did I miss anybody? All right, here we go. So we're going to pick 5 off the top. Let's see what we got. Ironworks. Oh, this is a shadow there. Let's see if I can move that out of the way a minute. There we go. Oh, well, maybe I should just zoom in one here. Let's do this. We are a little far away. There we go. All right. Ironworks. Dracula. Stingray. Lobster. And anything metal. Well, that might go good with the ironworks. Okay, I can see Terry doing something with this for sure. But y'all just write them down, even if you just put them in your Society of Idea Collector notebook. And if y'all just go look up, I have a playlist, Society of Idea Collector Notebook. If y'all want to see what that is, it's just essentially a place to collect your ideas. Okay? Collect your ideas somewhere, even if it's just a composition notebook. You need to write your ideas down because they won't be there tomorrow if you don't. Let's see. Okay, here we go. Let's see. Ironworks. Dracula. Stingray. I can already imagine all kinds of stuff with this. Is a good one. And I can hear Terry going, this is a good one. Lobster. And I haven't seen Kat yet. Has Kat come in this morning yet? And I haven't seen Tina either. And I did not get a message from Tina, but Tina's dealing with, family illnesses and taking care of, her family. So she'll be sporadic. And I never expect her to tell me what her plans are. She can do what she's got to do. Anything metal. Okay, there we go. So I just write them down. I put them in my Society of Idea Collector notebook and keep them handy. Let's see. Oh, I didn't see you, Kat. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't see. I try to catch everybody. Well, if you want to pass these on to Terry, you can do that, Kat. Tina will be here soon. Okay, thanks. And Arlene is like in touch with Tina more than anybody, I think. So everybody needs to buddy up with somebody. Gotta have a buddy up, so that we all can, make sure everybody's good and around and all that. So have a buddy up. All right, let's see. Terry will have the prompts today. Oh, you're so sweet, Kat. Thank you so much. I might have the best mods. I'm telling y'all, and that's no exaggeration. Janet, Tina. Kat, they're just the best mods ever. Let's see here. Scrolling. Am I missing any? Okay, I think I've caught up with Society. Yes, I had Missy. And Juju is crafting in the back 40. Cindy Daly, Devin. Hi, Devin. Who else am I missing? So put it in caps, guys. Put it in caps if you're talking to me. And I won't think you're yelling at me. Make sure you have live chat clicked at the top. And that also applies to when you watch the replays. If you want to see all the chat in a replay, you have to click live chat or all chat, whichever one it says on your device, or you will not see all the chat. Okay, you have to do that. Let's see. Oh my gosh. And Arlene, if y'all have Arlene helping in your channel, she's amazing too. I mean, I would adopt her into one of my mods, but she's already a mod in so many channels. And she's a night owl mod for a lot of guys I'm sure girls too, but she's a mod for different overnight videos or lives. Let's see. Angie, who else am I missing? Scrolling. I try to catch y'all guys, but I do miss because I do scrub through the chat later. I do scrub through the chat to see who I missed and try to see whose channels and stuff like that I can go visit. All right, so the Book of Unusual Knowledge. Laverne bought this, and I'm going to use it for the rest of the year. I'm not going in order. I'm skipping around. I go to the context and just kind of figure out what I feel like reading something about. So I already picked a page to read today. Let's see. Show my husband my scabby yesterday. Yeah, and that's another thing we should mention is the scavenger hunt 2026 that Janet does a scavenger hunt every New Year's Eve during the New Year's Eve streamathon. During the New Year's streamathon, Janet will start a scavenger hunt, and we'll see if she continues it. There's no pressure; she may or may not, but she's been doing it for a lot of years, and she gives you 100 things. You have to at least find 90 of them and put them in a book or however you want to collect your 90 to 100 things. And if you get at least 90, let Janet know. You can either email her or message her on IG and let her know that you finished your your scavenger hunt items, and she'll put you in a drawing, and it's a nice giveaway. April 1st is a couple weeks. Yes, if you want to be included. Yeah, so y'all have to get with Jana before April 1st. And then she'll do the giveaway the next Monday after the 1st. But y'all need to get it to her by the 1st. The deadline is the 1st. Okay, so you let her know by the 1st. You got what, 3 weeks or so? About 3 weeks to get finished with your scavenger hunt. Okay, let's see. All right, so the things that I'm going to read, the things invented or discovered by accident. We'll see how many I get through here. And I'm a pretty fast reader, and y'all are fast listeners. Okay. And I just thought this was an interesting one. Let me go ahead and highlight it. So, all right. Play-Doh. Some of you'll probably have seen some of these. And this book, by the way, was put out in about 10 years. Yeah, 2012. So, but this kind of stuff is, unless they've updated something computer wise or, something like that. Hi, Kathleen KD. Let's see. Who else am I missing? Okay. All right. Hi, So Much Glitter, Carrie. Let's see. All right, so here we go. Play-Doh. Let me get a sip of my lemon water here. Okay. Play-Doh. One smell most people remember from childhood is the odor of Play-Doh, the brightly colored non-toxic modeling clay. It was accidentally invented in 1955 by Joseph and Noah McVicker while they were trying to make a wallpaper cleaner. It was marketed a year later by Rainbow Crafts. More than 700 million pounds of Play-Doh have sold since then, but the recipe remains a secret. Put it in caps, guys, if you're talking to me. Fireworks. Fireworks originated in China some 2,000 years ago, and legend has it that they were accidentally invented by a cook who mixed together charcoal, sulfur, and saltpeter, all items commonly found in kitchens in those days. The mixture burned, and when it was compressed in a bamboo tube, it exploded. There's no record of whether it was the cook's last day on the job. Potato chips. If you can't eat just one potato chip, blame it on Chef George Crumb. He reportedly created the salty snacks in 1853 at Moon's Lake House near Saratoga Springs, New York. Fed up with a customer who continuously sent his fried potatoes back, complaining they were soggy or not crunchy enough, Crumb sliced the potatoes as thin as possible, fried them in hot grease, and doused them with salt. The customer loved them, and the Saratoga chips quickly became a popular item in the lodge and throughout New England. Eventually, the chips were mass-produced for home consumption, but since they were stored in barrels or tins, they quickly went stale. Then, in the 1920s, Laura Scudder invented the airtight bag by ironing together two pieces of wax paper, which kept the chips fresh longer. Today, chips are packaged in plastic or full bags and come in a variety of flavors, including sour cream and onion, barbecue, and salt and vinegar. Hi, Glenn. Let's see. All right, Slinky. I loved the Slinky when I was little. I think my favorite toy, though, I love the Etch-a-Sketch, where you could draw. You could draw with the red box Etch-a-Sketch, That's not on here, but I love that one. Slinky. In 1943, naval engineer Richard James was trying to develop a spring that would support and stabilize sensitive equipment on ships. When one of his prototypes accidentally fell off a shelf, it continued moving, and James got the idea for a toy. His wife, Betty, came up with the name, and when the Slinky made its debut in late 1945, James sold 400 of the bouncy toys in 90 minutes. Since then, more than 250 million Slinkies have been sold worldwide. Yes, Riri. Post-it notes. A Post-it note is a small piece of paper with a strip of low-tack adhesive on the back that allows it to be temporarily attached to documents, computer monitors, and just about anything else. The idea for the Post-it note was conceived in 1974 by 3M employee Arthur Fry as a way of holding bookmarks in his hymnal while he was singing in the church choir. He was aware of an adhesive that had been accidentally developed in 1968 by co-worker Spencer Silver, but no application for the lightly sticky stuff was apparent until Fry's idea. The 3M company was initially skeptical about the product's potential profitability, but in 1980 the product was introduced around the world. Today, Post-it notes are sold in more than 100 countries. And the last one is Silly Putty. It bounces, it stretches, it breaks. It's Silly Putty, the silicone-based plastic clay marketed as children's toy. During World War II, while attempting to create a synthetic rubber substitute, James Wright dropped boric acid into silicone oil. The result was a polymerized substance that bounced, but it took several years to find a use for the product. Finally, in 1950, marketing expert Peter Hodgson saw its potential as a toy, renamed it Silly Putty. Oh, here's a couple more back here. And a classic toy was born. Not only is it fun, but Silly Putty had a practical use. It picks up dirt, lint, and pet hair and can stabilize wobbly furniture. It is useful in stress reduction and in medical scientific simulations. It was even used by the crew of Apollo 8 to secure tools in zero gravity. But you know what my favorite thing about, and I know y'all know this, Silly Putty, was flattening it out, putting it on the comics, the Color Sunday comics, and it picks up. It will transfer the color comics to the Silly Putty. I know y'all know that. Yeah, there we go. Missy said it. There we go. And there Arlene said, a Mad Magazine. Yeah, I remember using it in the Sunday color comics. Hi, Lisa W. Okay, let's go ahead and finish. We got two more. Are y'all still on board here? Another sip of lemon water here. All right. Microwave ovens. The microwave oven is a standard appliance in most American households, but it has only been around since the late 1940s. In 1945, Percy Spencer was experimenting with a new vacuum tube called magnetron while doing research for the Raytheon Corporation. He was intrigued with the candy bar in his pocket began to melt, and he immediately saw the potential in this revolutionary process. I'm glad they figured out how to keep the microwaves in the microwave if it was melting in his pocket. In 1947, Raytheon built the first microwave oven, the Radar Range, which weighed 750 pounds, was 5.5 feet tall, and cost about $5,000. When the Radar Range became available for home use in the early 1950s, its bulky size and expensive price tag made it unpopular with consumers. But in 1967, a much more popular countertop version was introduced at a price of $495. And the last one, cornflakes. In 1894, Dr. John Harvey Kellogg was the superintendent of the Battle Creek Sanitarium in Michigan. He and his brother, Will Keith Kellogg, were Seventh-day Adventists and were searching for wholesome foods to feed patients that also complied with their religion's strict vegetarian diet. Will accidentally left some boiled wheat sitting out, and it was stale by the time he returned. Rather than throw it away, the brothers sent it through rollers, hoping to make long sheets of dough, but they got flakes instead. They toasted the flakes, which were a big hit with patients, and patented them under the name Granose, Granose. The brothers the brothers experimented with other grains, including corn. And in 1906, Will created the Kellogg's Company to sell the cornflakes. On principle, John refused to join the company because Will lowered the health benefits of the cereal by adding sugar. There we go. So this is the Book of Unusual Knowledge. And Laverne Hodge sent this to us. And so I keep the little note in there from her. So anyway, it's not, and it's a very light book. It's not, it looks like it'd be a heavy book, but I guess the paper's, pretty thin. So anyway, there we go. So I hope y'all enjoyed that. All right, let me put this back up on the shelf so I don't trip over it while I'm running around my room. Did I tell y'all that I had to, I don't know, maybe y'all remind me if I told y'all. My plastic mat under my new chair that had such a hard time unrolling. It took Hubster and I like an hour to get that thing unrolled. And it's very pokey and sticky. Hang on. It's very pokey and sticky, which, it needs to be. Oh my gosh. Hang on. Let me take a bite of banana. I'm losing my voice. Hang on. Let me reach out while I chew this banana. Let's see. You like the book? Okay, thank you. Carol, that's not CB, is it, Carol? Carol, CB has about 5 different names. Oh, you did? Okay. All right. So, anyway, it took us over an hour just to unroll it and get it flattened out. Hang on, guys. Let me mute myself. I just have a tickle in my throat now. So, anyway, let me see. I'll draw y'all a picture. Hang on, let me get a little. All right, so the mat came rolled up in a tube, right? It came rolled up. and and all the pokey stuff was on the inside, and that's just so that it'll stick to the carpet, right? That's so it will stick to the carpet once it's unrolled. But it was so stiff. This plastic was horrendous to unroll. And so anyway, I finally got unrolled and we flattened it out, put it all down under my table here and under my new chair. And it did roll nice. It rolled too nice. So I knew because I move around this room quick, people, and this was my thought when I got this. I don't know about this. It's going to be very slick. So my chair, my new chair, had like this. All right, it's a nice chair. It has a little thing for my this has a pull out little footrest and everything. So I come walking in, and now here's the mat underneath here. My eyes are watered. I'm laughing at it already. So I come walking in here. And I sit down in this chair. I come in, I turn around, I sit down in the chair, and the whole chair slides around, flips over the top, the back, here's the back of the chair. The whole chair flips over on top of me. I'm sitting down here on the floor with the chair on top of me. That's how slick that was. I mean, it was all in one fluid motion. Whoop, and the chair was up on top of me. So I immediately moved my chair to the side, rolled that sucker up, and I had to tape it. I had to get my packing tape out. Got my packing tape out, taped it all up, and it is now sitting in the garage. This is $50 that I will never see again. So there we go. Oh my goodness, my eyes are watering. Oh, okay. So let's see. Yes, Riri, exactly. That's what I said to myself. Okay. So let's see. Push my trash down there. It's full. Let's see. What do I want to start? Oh, and y'all know I got this other project, and I don't know. I don't know if I want to. Janet will go, "Are you crazy?" That's what she's going to say when I tell her I have this idea. And I had the idea a couple months ago in January, for a year-long project. So let me go ahead and tell y'all some things that you think that it's going to be a good idea. And I didn't break anything, not even the chair, Devin. Nothing broke, but it literally flipped over the top of my head. No more. I don't care if I ruin this carpet. I'll probably have to get another. I had a rug. I had a rug under the chair on top of the carpet so I wouldn't mess up the carpet, but it's so hard to roll. It went from too hard to roll till zzz. Okay, so the project I had in mind, and I know Janet's going to go, "Are you crazy, girl? Are you crazy?" All right, let me show y'all. So I saw somebody had done some inchies. This was back in, I guess it was December, January, and they were showing the previous year. And I don't remember her name. And I don't think she does many YouTube videos. I think I might have seen her on Instagram. I don't remember. I try to remember to show y'all people like Marks. If y'all missed it, go back to the beginning where I talk about how these do not bend. After boiling them for an hour and soaking them for overnight. Riri and I can testify to this. And we have two different kinds of sticks. Okay, so anyway, go back and we're gonna try something else on Wednesday. If I get my project in from Amazon to do tomorrow, then we'll do that on Wednesday. All right. Anyway, Janet, are you here? Or are you having to fix breakfast for everybody? I'm not. Hi, Tina. There's our Tina. Tina, we keep you in our thoughts and prayers. Tina's taking care of her family. And so yeah, y'all keep Tina in your prayer. Yeah, they did look fun. But go back to the beginning. I discussed, that's why I hate starting the day off telling y'all about a project like that or something, because then everybody comes in later and they miss they miss what I said. So I have to tell y'all just to go back because I don't want to repeat the whole thing. Okay, you're watching. All right. So anyway, I saw this girl do inchies and she painted, I think, out her window. I think she's in England, I think. Or maybe not. I don't remember. I don't remember her name. This was 3 months ago, 4 months ago. And she's painting these little inchies and she had them all lined. She did them for 365 days. I think it was last year. She did them for the whole year, one a day, 365. Now I had no intention of doing one a day, but I thought, I don't say a better idea, but I had an idea. So I went through all 500. This is what I do when I have free time. I pulled out my 2 boxes of color cubes. Y'all know what the color cubes are, right? Do I need to pull them out? Y'all know what I'm talking about. I have 2 boxes, there's 500. I went through all 500 and I pulled out what I thought looked like. Now, y'all are going to laugh so hard when I tell you my idea here. And I went through and I pulled out one color theme per month. Okay. I'm going to show you what I decided on. That was January. So y'all haven't seen the whole thing yet. Just give me a minute. The reason I'm showing you this to you because I have not even begun this project. You'll see. February, March. Let's see. I think I can get 3 rows of 4 here. April. Don't y'all like my color selection though? Be honest. Isn't this good so far? These color selections. Oh my gosh. Okay. January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September. Oh, let's move up here. October, November, December. There. So aren't those good selections for the months? So my project, and I was thinking, oh, I'm gonna do something similar, but I don't want to do inchies. We're gonna do 3x4 art cards. And I just I haven't finished it, but I started cutting up heavy cardstock. I got the first 3 months cut up, January, February, and March. And I was going to do I wasn't going to work on one a day, but I was going to work on one pile a month. That was going to be January, February, March, and then I quit making the piles, but So this was a plan. So oh my God. So look, Riri was all in. Riri was all in. She was all in. So anyway, Leslie, can you tell us the color cube? Yes, I'll tell you the color cube numbers, Devin, because Devin has color cubes too. Let's see. Better freaking man. I'm trying to convince me I don't need the color cubes. Well, anyway, thanks, Alan. Well, Janet doesn't think so. Debbie. Oh my gosh, that goes in the wing nut book. Oh, my eyes are watering so bad. Oh my gosh, what's this? Before or after? The fall from your chair. Oh, good one, Deb. Oh my gosh. Okay, let me get the wing up. So if y'all don't know what the wing notebook is, it's when somebody says something very clever like that. It goes in the wing notebook. Now we've had this thing for probably 15, 16. I don't know. I've been streaming 16 years, so I'm not sure how long we had this. But it's one of those Tim Holtz books that you make with the ruler and the wing nuts because we're all a bunch of wing nuts. And what I do is just and you unless you're here, you'd never understand what this meant. Then I just find a spot in here and slap it in. There we go. Debbie made the wing nut book. Okay. It's nice to start off our Mondays with some giggles, right? Okay. So anyway, this is a project idea that it's very time consuming project. I love the idea of it, and I think it would be great to have a whole month of different art cards. All it could be anything on the card itself, just using any of these colors. And I thought about jelly plating them to do it quick, like just using these colors on a jelly plate, slap, 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 and make 31 cards for January, 28 for February, and just slap them in. And that's something Devin could probably make these up real quick because she's like this on the jelly plate. But anyway, so I have it at the ready. And by the way, I did hand cut all these. I cut all these cards down from a 12 by 12, nice heavy cardstock paper. And so you get, quite a few out of a sheet of 12 by 12. Okay. Let me read the numbers off for Devin. All right. January was, y'all ready? Now y'all going to write these down? Anybody that has the color cubes that might want these. And it's just an idea. But I did spend, I'm going to say I spent some hours going through all the color cubes, and I'd lay out, and I said, I like that one for January. Nope, I like that one better for January. And I'd file that one back. So I was going through them for probably a good few hours to pick these cards. Okay. All right, here we go. January was 353. February 282. March 466. April was 388. May 386. June 411. And y'all might have different ideas of what the month color should be. July 408. August 260. September 403. October 298. November 309. And December was 269. So those are all the colors that I picked for a card a day. Essentially, I was going to do 365 cards this year. But January came and went. February came and went. We're getting deep into March. And I hadn't done the first one, except cut them all up. So I have it sitting over here still. We'll see. We'll see. Maybe I'll start like in April and do a month of April, something like that, just to see if I like doing it. Let's see. All right. Whew. I'm looking to see if I'm missing anything. Oh, thank you, Kat. Put in a link to the color. Now, color cubes, they've come out. She has come out. Sarah, what's her last name? Anyway, Sarah Clark. Sarah Clark. Sarah's come out with a new set. And I was tempted, but I said no. I thought no. If Samantha needed color cubes for any of her fashion projects, I would give her my old set and buy a new set. But she never did need it. She didn't need them. So kids these days, if it's on the phone, you're pretty good. But that being said, I did get a picture. Denise, the kids came and saw Denise at her new apartment this weekend. I was invited, but I didn't. We fought traffic last weekend. I didn't want to fight it again this weekend. So I said, no, y'all go ahead and, we'll get it next time. Let's see here. Let's go ahead and let's see. So they went, let me crop it down a little. They went to visit Denise and worked on one of Samantha's projects at Denise's new apartment. It's brand spanking new. So anyway, there they are working on. I'll zoom in on Samantha's project. So she's working on a fashion project. And she's there, and Cameron's helping her color some stuff in or something over there. So there's Cameron and Samantha working in Denise's new apartment. So there's that. Let's see. Do I have any other pictures I wanted to show? I'm looking. Let's see. Oh, I did. Okay. All right. Now, come on. This cannot be real. I like to go to Facebook. I'd never buy anything off Facebook Marketplace. Denise has been looking for things because she's just got a new apartment and everything, but I never buy anything. I don't need anything. But anyway, I just like to see what people are selling. I just like to see what they're selling. I have one of these. I think I have two. I have this size and the larger size. These don't even have the lids to them. And I have the lids. Rare vintage. I'm going to cover up the price. Spice of Life 1970-80 Corningware. How many of y'all have one of these still? I have these, and I have the blue ones, the blue cornflower ones. I've just used, I've just never got rid of them because I use these Corningware all the time. How many of y'all have one of these? Or the blue ones? The blue ones are going for about the same price. All right. So your mother has them, Ellen? Okay. I want y'all to wait a minute. Let me get back over here. I'm covering up the price. Hang on. I'm covering up the price. Well, good grief. I'm trying to not touch it because my thumb will. Okay, so y'all take a guess at how much they're selling this for. How much do you think they're selling this? No lid for it. No lid for it. Y'all take a guess. I want to see who gets the closest. Who gets the closest is going to get a Happy Mail. Okay, you have them, Lisa? Okay, I want y'all to put in how much you think this one bowl, no lid, is going for. The person closest, I'm going to give y'all some Happy Mail. It is vintage. It is vintage, 70s and 80s, and I still have mine. Okay. Put your prices in. I'm going to count down in just a minute. Whoever gets the closest. I'm watching the prices go by without, Okay. I'm going to count down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Me too, Lynn. I have the exact one with the lid. I have two of them, the large one too. All right. All right, here we go. Belinda got it the closest with $350. Y'all ready? Wait for it. Can y'all see that? Really, people? Really? All right, Belinda's going to get a Happy Mail. Happy Mail guess. She guessed it. She guessed it the highest. I was just waiting to see who got the highest. Belinda said it with 350. She got a Happy Mail guess. Okay. Now, do you think they're going to get it? No, they're not going to get that $1,000. But the blue cornflower ones were going for like 800 for I think that a stack of 3 or 4. And they were going for like 800. And I thought, no, come on, people, really? Oh my goodness. Okay, so there we go. There's that. I think that's all the pictures we'll show right now. Okay, so back to the journals. if y'all were here at the beginning, I talked about how I've already tubbed up, bin, binned up two huge bins of art journals and sketchbooks, and a third one that I gave to Denise full of sketchbooks. A lot of those were not used. I gave Denise as many of the unused ones, and I still have one, two, oh, I've got 5 shelves full of just sketchbooks to use. And then I've got, y'all know how many, I've got hundreds. I literally have hundreds of art journals over the years of streaming. And I mean, I had some before I started streaming, but since I started streaming, we have done hundreds of art journals and sketchbooks here. So anyway, I thought I'd just go through a few of them here because the Monday project was a bust. The Monday project that I had planned was a bust. But I did order something that should be here tomorrow. So Wednesday we might have a replacement project for that on Wednesday. So okay. I know, right, Lynn? I know. Oh, thank you, Cash. This is my Society of Idea Collecting playlist. So yeah, that's where we collect our different ways to collect ideas. Society of Idea Collector notebooks. Okay. Put in caps if you're talking to me, and we will. This is the one I'm working in the most now, this year and last year. I've worked a little bit in these other ones, and I do keep my, what do you call it? My little desk journal handy to scrape in excess leftover paints and little bits of collage, and I just throw that in here. So this is just like a little throw in, but everybody should have a little, even if it's a composition book, guys, just something to throw in your scraps, your leftover paint and stuff like that. You'll get ideas. You'll get color combo ideas and all kinds of. We'll look at this too, but I pulled a few over here just to kind of go through since my Monday project was a bust. All right, so I'm going to flip through some of these and just show y'all what we've got going on. And we did work in this one a couple of weeks ago. This big jumbo bee inspired mixed media where I just spent the one of the days just going through and gluing collage fodder in here for starters. These are all starter pages, and they're all perforated so I can tear them out. So if you just want to play with some collage, you don't know what to do, you have scrap papers, just it doesn't have to be this big of a book. It can be anything. It can be a composition book, but just to throw in starter, make starter pages. This right here is a Devon page. It had her name was on the back, and so that's a Devon page right there. So all right, I'm not going to go more through that. So I'm going to flip through and just show you some of my journals. This is my most recent one that I am currently working in. And let's see, let's brighten that up just a little. And a semi-art journal starting only a handful. You know what though? Anna Teresa, I don't know if I've ever completely finished one front to back. I have worked in them and put stuff down on them on every page, something on every page. But are those pages completed? All of them? No. And you know what? See, I don't care. It's the process, the exploring, the ideas, the creativity. If I come up with a cool color combination, I'll write that down in another, in my idea collecting notebook or something like that. But I just want to play in these. Now, some of these, like this one, I had determined a couple years ago when I started this, and this is my new sticker that I'm sending out to for thank yous. My red panda that I shrunk down from here. Let's see if I have him handy. Where is he? Is he handy? There he is. Okay. So we did this last week or the week before, and we did them on craft paper on the scroll roll, and I cut them out and made a sticker out of him. So I used to do a lot of sticker making and sticker giveaways, but I don't do that many. But everybody liked him, so I did give a whole bunch of these away. Let's see. Hi, Dot. Let's see. I use those well intentioned happy planners that are always. Yeah. See, you can just repurpose, and I can't tell you if you haven't been here. How many art journals I have deconstructed and reused. I'll cut them down, tear them apart. Let me see. Do I have a pile up here? I'm not going to go through the pile, but I'll show you I have this stack right here. Let's see. Up here. Where I've deconstructed some of my journals. Here's just different deconstructed journals. And I'll cut them down and cut them apart and reuse them. And I just made this out of chipboard and scrapbook paper. But yeah, so. And y'all see my different my Jane book where I took all of Jane Davenport's, I think 5 different books of Jane Davenport's, took them all apart, punched holes in them, put them in a big giant 3-ring notebook. If y'all want to see that one again, after I show this, remind me. Y'all have to remind me because I get off on these tangents and I'll go, oh, I'll show you that at the end. And at the end, I never remember. So y'all have to. Oh, you like that one? Okay, I'll show that one, Devin. Yeah, for my Catterday. And it has some cool music with it, but I can't play the music here. But go over and follow me on Instagram. You can find me under Dee Dee Willingham or Inky Well, INKIWELL. But there's my Catterday. This is my Catterday. And it has good music to it. It has Somebody's Watching Me. The song, Somebody's Watching Me. Y'all know the song. So y'all have to go over there and watch it. Okay. All right. So let's see. Where was it? Okay. All right. So put it in cat. You did the same thing with your Jane. All right. Let me see what Devin said here. Do the same thing with my Jane books, but then haven't done anything in it. I started using it for a swatch book. Y'all know I started using my Jane, deconstructed Jane books for swatching and color combos and product swatching. I started doing all those in my Jane book. Well, I'll pull it down. I don't know if we'll get to it today, but I'll pull the Jane book down. Let's see. Is it this one? I can't tell y'all how many of these 3-ring binders that I have full of ideas, deconstructed journals. Well, I can tell you how many of these I have. Let's see, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I got 13, 14, 15 of them that I can just count. And there's probably more that are not in binders like this, full of ideas. Okay, so anyway, all right, we'll see if we get to that today. Okay. Hang on. I don't like to cough in y'all's ear. All right, sip of lemon water. Let's see. I make my own journals out of little golden books. I know, those are so fun. If you want to see some cool books like made out of little golden books and that kind of thing, which I do have one similar. It's not made out of a golden book, but I got this one to show today. And that is, I call her Sister Woman Jonna, and she's preppy, crafty girl. And she may still have some in her shop on Etsy, but she has kits with the golden books and all kinds of themed books like that, art journals, junk journals, that kind of thing. It's preppy, crafty girl, Jonna. Okay, so let me go ahead and start flipping. Dee has a lot. I have certain binders that I really love that I can't find anymore. Some of them are really hard to find because, and my Staples closed down, my Office Depot closed down. So I don't have any close by office places. I mean, Walmart doesn't have the soft, cool ones. You know, they have during a school time, but they're not. Yeah. I like the big, thick D rings, and I found a couple at Walmart during, July before school starts. June, July, because here school starts in July. So anyway, okay, let's go ahead and flip. So this is my favorite book right now of all time that I've done or am working on, and it is my collage, one of my collage journals. Not my only collage journal, but what I'm trying to do is after I finish them, I'm trying to varnish them all and edge them all with gold. So I'm trying to like really finish these pages. Now you'll see sometimes they crack in the middle. And even though with the varnish dry, it's still open, close, open, close. You're going to get a crack in the middle. What I do with these is the ones I really like, I'll take a picture of it. I'll put it in Procreate, get rid of the seam, and turn them into some, giveaway cards. Okay. Yeah. Preppy crafting girl, I think is what it is. Preppy crafty girl. I'm trying to think exactly how it's worded. Oh, well, there you go. There's her YouTube channel, and she also has an Etsy. So, and she opens and closes it as she has product. So, yeah. Okay, so anyway, this is my favorite journal, art journal at the moment that I'm working. And also another tip, I'm going to give y'all tips as we go. This is one of the Dilutions ones, and I have painted it red and varnished it. And this goes for really any journal, and it's still starting to warp a little. And I have some other magazine journals where I've taken magazines, glued them together, and turned them into reverse collage journals. And the spines are like, and that's because if you try to go front to back in a journal with wet medium, it's going to warp the spine. No matter how careful you are, it's going to warp the spine. So I like to work some front in the back, some in the middle, some in the back, some in the front. And that way, you're less likely to warp your spine. It still can do it, but not as much. Some tell me I am cracked. Wow, Judy. Hi, Judy, by the way. Yeah, you got to be on live chat if you want to see all the chat, guys. All right, so I'm going to just flip through here. And so again, they're all varnished. All the finished ones are varnished. A couple in here that are not finished and they're not varnished. And I am trying to edge them all with gold. But I love this one. Creativity is making your flaws look intentional. I just love this book so much. Oh. So I'm just going to try to do a little flip here because this is the one I'm working in currently the most. Hi, Karen Evans. Let's see. Juju said Tina special. Okay, she's talking to Tina. So I love my space. I grew up on science fiction, so I love my science fiction, and so yeah, this is one of my science fiction ones. I love this as my time traveler one, and I named him. What did I call it exactly in Instagram? Wait a minute. Let me see if I can remember the exact name. I should write the name, but I don't really have a place to write the names on here because they're all going to be covered in. I should make a list in my, the travel agent. That's what I call this one, the travel agent. Hi, Tori. Yes, we sprung forward on Saturday night, Tori. We sprung forward. So right now it is 9:40 a.m. Eastern Standard Time here in Georgia. So there's my little time traveler there. The travel agent. I just love that. I love that so much. Okay, so let's keep going. And this kind of reminds me of like the 50s science fiction, the old vintagey looking, Okay, here's another one. And this one's a creepy, cool rabbits. This is from Collage Soup. I took a walk in the woods and came out taller than the trees. Okay, here's one in progress. It's just something glued down, and this is not, nothing else is done. I just got some background there. This was a little snowy scene. I think we did this back when it first started getting chilly this year. And here's another time traveler guy looking through a portal here into these dimensional worlds over here with the maps. And I do want to do another, I do want to get my quote. Where's my quote? I have it down over here. I want to do, well, actually, I got two that I want to do. One with maps I want to do based on this quote. And I want to kind of, maybe I might, if it's because it's a circles, y'all, I won't pull out my circle collages, but there, if you look in my collage playlist, because I pull them all the time. They're in the other room, hanging on a wall. So they're in the other room. I don't really want to go get them right now. But they're this type of collage, but they're on discs. Do I have any? I got some over here in progress. Anyway, they're on a 14-inch disc, 14-inch, 11-inch, 10-inch, I think, 14, 10, and 6-inch discs, circular discs. But I want to do one with maps like this. And this is from a quote out of Africa. And I'm going to double check the exact quote because I think this is it, but I'm going to double check, make sure I get it exactly correct. Be careful. When the old makers got to the edge of the world, they used to write, "Beyond this place, there be dragons." So I want to, do something with a map and a circular disc with that quote. And the other quote I have is I used to have it on my desk. It's under here. Right now I have this foam core board covered here, and I have a few of them, and I'll recover them when they get bad. But under all this, on the actual desk itself, I probably have this much thickness of papers that I've covered up. I showed it one time. I did little slits and I cut through the papers on my desk and peeled them back to see how many layers I have on this desk. For 16 years, I've used this table. So I don't know. I can't remember now how many layers of paper are on this is not the actual table. This is just a foam board. But on the actual table, I have it covered up and taped the edges and all the way around 16 years. And I think I took a picture of it again, this one. Or it popped up in my Facebook feed again because I posted it some time ago. And so I retook a picture of it and then I rewrote down the quote because I love this quote. Let me find it. Here it is. Okay, so let me turn it sideways here. All right, so this is one of the layers under my desk here that I covered up after it got, a lot of paint. This is, I painted this, covered it. It was with the black paper. And then when it started getting too messy, I put another layer of paper over it. But this quote says, and I rewrote it down because I want to do a disc with this quote. It's a Leonardo da Vinci quote. Once you have tasted flight, you will forever walk the earth with your eyes toward skyward. Turn sky. Well, let me start over. Once you have tasted flight, you will forever walk the earth with your eyes turned skyward. For there you have been, and there you will always long to return. So that's what I wrote this out with a brush pen. And I really like that quote. I mean, I like this too, but we painted over it all. So I think I want to do a couple discs with those two quotes. This just reminded me of that because of the map section right here. Leonardo DiCaprio. Now that would be Titanic. Okay, let's see. So here, this one here. My robots. These are a Collage Soup robot book. And a lot of this book right here is Collage Soup pages. There's some Pour Toast in here, collage books, but most of this is Collage Soup. Then there's another little world down here, and we painted another little section under here. Okay, this one, and this fits today because I did this one based on last year's time change. I can't remember if we did it fall back or spring forward, but since we just sprang forward on Saturday, this is what happens. Y'all didn't know this, but this is the time change. This is how it happens. Okay, this is time change, the spring forward, fall back. Here we go. This is it. This is what it looks like. Okay, then here's my lemurs in the library. Then here was this one was last Halloween. We did these time travelers. And we don't know if they're alive or dead, but they came back. Fear anyway. You know, you got to make up a whole story. I don't tell y'all my stories a lot of times. I let y'all make up your own. This one is in process. I just glued these creepy snowmen down, but I haven't done anything with them yet. Here's my little granny in her mushroom treehouse world. And do I have to do all of them? I think that's all of them. So you can see I still have quite a few. There's still a lot of pages left to do in here. But it is, I just work on it every, maybe once a month. We'll get through it eventually. I do have some more pages back here. I'll show you some of the ones I got in mind. Some of the different things I got in mind back here to continue to use. So yeah. Y'all know I love the element of time in my work, so I put a lot of clocks in them. All right, so there's that one, and that's, like I said, the one I'm working on all the time. All the time. All right, then I pulled this one to show y'all a minute ago. I love having my junk journals, but the ones that I really have worked on the most recently are these two. Okay, these are like, I'm calling them my everyday, fun stuff that I collect in them. This is a smaller one, Travelers, and then this one is the larger one. And I have a little stack of stuff right here from some of the things Joanne sent me, and some of the just different things that y'all have sent me here. Some of my little space chickens. So these are the kind of things that I like to put in here, including other things like birthday things and just all kinds of things that I like to collect. And I'm really not painting much in these. There's painty papers in here, but I'm not putting paint down. Here's some of Christmas stuff from Annie from this last Christmas. And so, yeah, I just put my everyday stuff in here that I really just like to collect. So that's what this book is. Put those in there. I got to glue some of those in there. And this one is the same. Put my official Bigfoot there. And the pink one is the same. It's just smaller. All right, let's put that back over here in its spot. And y'all know that I did during the virus. Let me and I'll show y'all this picture real quick, so I don't have to pull these out again. Hang on. Okay, let's see. So I have this little skinny shelf of those kind of journals, and the traveler's notebooks, and the. Let me just zoom in here. Crop. This little skinny shelf of those kind of journals. All right, there we go. See, these kind of journals, the leather ones like this. And then here's all the ones that are themed. My Alice, my Art Nouveau, my Asian one, all these right here we did during the virus. We did different themes for a couple of years. We worked on those, but I have all different sizes of little journals on that skinny little shelf here. So yeah. So I said all that to say, I love these kind of journals. I love making these kind of journals, and I don't make them as much anymore because I'm not using them. I've kind of just really started working so much in my collaging, and I'm not working in these that much anymore. But I really like the way they look and they're fun, and I love seeing other people's journals like this. Hi, Jane. Let's see, who else am I missing? Let me scroll a minute. There's CB with I think is her regular name. Hi, CB. Let's see. Said hi to Jane. There's Tori. Hi, Tori. A new body. Thank you, Devin. And Devin, who's are you streaming or this Wednesday? I totally can never remember now. Now that you and Ann swap off and stuff every other week, I can never remember which weeks are yours. Let's see. Hi, View. Let's see. Um, the little lady in the mushroom tree houses. Yes, View. It does kind of look like Miss Mary, doesn't it? Let's see. Okay, anybody else I missed? Thanks for being here. Scrolling back to the bottom again. And Lars this week. Okay, thanks, Devin. So this one I got as a kit from Keisha's sale. So this was when she was selling this kind of stuff. And so I got this and I made this book out of it. I added elastics. You can make your own books like this with a book. This is just a book cover, okay? And I cut it down and then I rebound it with gaffer tape, bookbinding tape. And it's elastic cording that you can get in the jewelry department of any craft store. I've done many of these with just rubber bands, and the rubber bands do, after a year or two, they will disintegrate. So you can use rubber bands like to do this kind of thing, but they will disintegrate. Because I've done so many over the last 15 years, I can tell you they do disintegrate. So it's best to get some elastic cording to do these kind of things. All right, let's see here. Another sip of lemon water. Thanks everybody for being here. Let's see what this is. Okay, this is some stuff I wanted to add in here. Okay, so here's stuff I want to add in here. And yeah, so this is okay. So I'll do a little flip through just so you can see. You can get these kind of course, nowadays, when I got these, I never buy, I can't say I've never ever, but I don't buy, maybe I have once, maybe once, digitals. Nothing wrong with it. I just don't, I want to just not have to worry about the ink smearing. And I just buy things already made. And these were already made in Amazon. I can't tell you who made them, but if you just look up art journal, ephemera pages, collage sheets, they sometimes call them scrapbook sheets. But so these are ones that you can buy, but you can get, if you're one that likes to print off digitals, you can get this kind of stuff. Messy Dye does the printables, and I don't. Does she sell them? Do y'all know? Somebody here knows if she sells her printables or not. Let's see, Tori, I sent you a pic of my latest character. Is it in? Where'd you send it, Tori? Where'd you send it? Did you send it in Instagram messages, or did you post it on Instagram messages? Have to be more specific. Okay, Devin said Messy Dye does sell digital pages. Okay. I like the ones that have a little bit of sheen to them. Even though in my collage work, like my red book you just saw, I lay everything down with golden matte medium, so everything is matte when I first lay everything down, and then I paint and I do all the stuff on the pages, and then I high gloss them afterward. So let me get that book back. Hang on. So for instance, let me get to one of the pages here. Okay, so here, for instance, here's my the creepy snowman, and that's a collage soup. See how they're matte? There's no shine to them. I glue them down, even though they may have been shiny in the book. I glue them down with matte medium so it makes everything flat and matte. And what's nice about it being flat and matte is then you can go in here with your paint, your pencils, and work on it and do all kinds of, techniques on the matte that you can't do on glossy paper. Let me see here. Thank you, Tina. Yeah, somebody said something the other day. Dee Dee's given all this free information and advice and sharing everything, and they can't even give you a like. I love you, Tina. Let's see. In Instagram messages. Okay, hang on, Tori. I'll look for it in just a minute. Let me finish this. Let me finish this conversation. So when you put the matte medium down, you can use your acrylic paint, you can use color pencil and do techniques and things on the matte that you can't do if you're working on top of shiny, either magazine pages, collage soup pages, any kind of, ephemera books that have a sheen to them that you can't work on them unless you have the matte medium. But after, yes, flat and matte, exactly, a view. But after that, I like the look of the shiny. So when I'm done, I will varnish them and then they'll look like this, see? So they'll be shiny at the end of the day. They may start looking like this. They may start looking like that, flat and matte. But after you add pencil and paint and markers or whatever else, then you can go over it with your gloss varnish. See? And once the gloss varnish is on, there's no doing this kind of stuff, okay, where I do the little, mist and the snow and the splatters. It's once it's varnished with a shiny varnish, you have to pretty much call it done. Okay, so all right, there's that. Now let me go over here to my message. Okay, so Tori said you'd like to see my new character, who's the main guy in my new graphic novel I'm doing. It's based in space, and I know you love your space scenes. Okay, so here we go. So Tori's new character, and she does her trying to turn it won't turn sideways in IG, but there's her new character. So, and Tori y'all have to realize Tori is legally blind, and she does this all in Procreate. So just FYI. So y'all can be extra impressed with our Tori. That is amazing, Tori. I love it. I love it, Tori. That's so cute. Isn't that awesome, guys? All right. So, okay, back to this little journal here. Let me just kind of stick these in the back here because I got some other things that I need to put in here too. So I said all that to say about these journals. Well, I won't put it in until I finish flipping. That you can get these kind of pages like this on Amazon and different, collage. And then you can just put whatever you want. Have fun. Here I made some little clusters. Some little clusters here. Put them in a little belly band. Have fun. So anyway, I'm just going to flip while I'm reading chat. Right, Riri? Tori rocks. And then you can, I do a little bit of, I don't do as much brush lettering, quotes and things as I should do more of. Because, I was a professional calligrapher back in the 80s. And back before I always tickle myself when I say back before computers. It wasn't before computers, it was before desktops, where you could just print everything out. But anyway, this is just a little bag. And so all my little pages, we'll get to the middle here in a minute, they're just attached. They're folded over and they're attached with the elastic cording that you can find in the jewelry department. So there's just different little little things, pockets. This is one of Zandra's cats. Zandra sent that to me. I think there's some other Zandra stuff in there. So you see here, it's held in here, and there's just see, there's 4 signatures in this one. So I'm just going to flip. Dee Dee, the art of the making of this type of journal. The journal itself is a work. Yeah, I know, but I feel like I should be using it more, you know. But when I'm writing, I so much of my art, my writing, actual journaling is in journals that are just like I'll show you. Hang on. My actual journaling. These are some of my current journals that I journal in. So I have little ones like this, and I tab them myself, little journals like this, and these kind. This one's a softer one. And then this one here is a hardcover. Let me go to a blank page like this. So I journal in these kind of things. So this, I just don't journal in these kind of things. My journaling. Here's another one that is one of my journals that because I love happy planners. I love the happy planner ring system, but I don't I don't plan. I'm not a planner, like date things like every day gets a little what I did that day. I don't go to the office. I don't have to keep up with other people's lives, you know, in that kind of a happy planner situation. But I love happy planners. I love the covers, I love the rings, I love the discs, I love everything about it. So here's another one. This is one of my small spiritual journals, and it's in a happy plan. Well, it's not happy planner. I think it's Kell of a Plan cover. And so, but I love the discs. I love the system. And so, so this is another one of my journals. This is one of my spiritual journals. So there's that. Okay, so let's go back to here. So to say all that is all this with the pretty papers and the little, I love this so much. And I think when I build it, I think I'm going to use this. I'm going to journal in it. I'm going to put quotes in this. But I end up putting quotes in my Society of Idea Collector notebook or other places. I don't come back to this, you know, although when we did our themed books, you know, these, hang on, let me get my Art Nouveau one here. No, that's the Japanese one. Let's see. Where's my Art Nouveau? Here it is. When we did these books during the virus, I did write some quotes and some things down in it, but you know, these were all, again, they were made to journal in more so than this. These were made to journal, but I just don't get back to them. I love making them, you know, and I did put some quotes in some of them. Like the Alice one has more quotes than anything. But so you can see a lot of stenciling, stickers, washi tape, little ephemera, stuff like that. So like here, so we did a quote there. So we did tons of these during 2021, you know, back then. But this one was fun to make, and I guess because I love old ephemera, medieval books and medieval calligraphy and that kind of thing. It makes you like these kind of you know, parchment type things. Oh my god, good one, Anna Teresa. So, but I bought this book that was, I think it's 8.5 by 11, but it was printed so that you could fold it on its side like this. And see, I love these pages, stunning. So I'm just going to kind of flip so you can see those wallpapers, vintage. That this reminds me of some of the stuff in my Jane book. In my Jane book, and y'all have seen most of these all before, but we have new people all the time. And since I'm kind of going through and trying to decide how many of my journals I want to actually keep on the shelves in here, how many I want to bin, bin, how many I want to bin up, because like I said, I've already binned up two in my garage, and a third one I gave to Denise. So you can just see it has lots of little different papers, rooms. And if y'all like these kind of dyed papers like this, Jacqueline, and I can't ever remember her. Somebody can put it in the chat, her channel name. I never can remember is that Jacqueline's channel name for some reason. I don't know why. It just does not stick in my head. But I call her Jacqueline. She sells on Friday afternoons, and she does dyed papers. I know Kat or somebody will put the name, and I'll tell y'all her name of her channel. And she sells dyed paper. She dyes her own papers, and they're very, very cool. Lovely's Crafting Lodge. Thank you, Deb. Thank you, Kat. Lovely's Crafting Lodge. I don't know why I cannot remember, because she's just Jacqueline J to me. And that just name does not stick in my head. But Lovely's Crafting Lodge, she sells usually about 4 o'clock Eastern time on Fridays, and sells dyed papers like this. Okay. So look at that Viking. Isn't that cool? So you just put whatever, music sheets, parchment sheets, layered sheets, and they don't have to match. They don't have to all be the same kind of thing, especially if you want to make it a true junk journal. I like this. That's the thing about books. They let you travel without moving your feet. So you see, I like to do some lettering, but I just don't do it enough. And some more little yearbooks, music sheets, time cards. And so anyway, just all different kinds of papers, and they're really fun to do. They're fun to make. They're fun to collect. If you just want a place to collect all your pretty little papers that you like and you don't know what to do with, and you could do a book like this, or just one of those like the traveler ones, like I showed you, my Art Nouveau one. You can do the same sort of thing in a smaller book. Then you can put your rag flags on the top, and I made the what do you call it here with beads, the little hanger thing here. So anyway, there's this kind. Okay. Put this back up here so it's out of my way. All right, let's see here. We talked about this earlier. This is just to have and you can do this with a composition book or any kind of little book, a place where you can throw in paints and leftover collage fodder. Let's see. So Jane, I'm trying to get everybody. There's Di right there. Messy Palette AU. She's in Australia. Her name's Diane, and she does the I don't know. Do you sell them, Di? Do you sell the digital sheets? I'm not sure if she sells the digital sheets or if she sells completed books. Or maybe both. Maybe both. Okay, so there she said she uploaded some freebies. There we go. So y'all go check her out. Go check her out and see what she's got. Both. Okay, she does both. Okay. She sells the journals and the digitals. Now, remember, she's in Australia. If you buy a hard copy book from her, you're going to be paying for shipping. But if she sells her digis, you get them immediately. So, thank you, Kat. All right, so this is just one of those little journals that you get. It's like a daily, this kind, a journal. There's no specific date. It's like you date it yourself. But see, look, desk, and so it's just where you can throw in leftover paint, and then leftover collage fodder. And then when you feel like I don't have no inspiration, you can just open it to any page in here and start playing on it, scribbling on it, doodling on it, figuring out color combinations you might like. So you just use up whatever paint and scraps you have. And then you can go back and add more to it. Just, you can keep it handy. Look, I liked something there. I wanted it in one of my collages, so I just tore it out. I will deconstruct anything. I tell you, I will totally deconstruct anything. If I see something I like and I'm working on another project, that would look perfect for XYZ. I'll just tear it out. It's okay. It's a desk journal. Well, I'm running out of room, Dot. I've already binned up, like I said, 2 huge bins in my garage and one that I gave Denise. But I have literally, okay, let me see here, including my wall-to-wall shelf at the top here, which is 3, 6, 9, 12. I'm going to tell you how many feet of journals I have. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 18, 19, 20, 22, 30, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 36, 78, 40, 42, 50, 60, 65, 70, 75, 85, 95. I have over 100 feet of journals. And that's probably a low estimate. Just looking around this room. That's not including things I've put away, binned up. Just in this room on shelves, I have over 100 feet of art journals. But anyway, so yeah. Like this here, there's a little something in there. So that I can go back and just play. This is just some different little, and if you have leftover stickers, leftover, collage fodder, paint, and then just go in there and play. You never run out of ideas. I'm telling you, you will not run out of ideas if you keep some kind of, journal, sketchbook. But what I think stops most people is the perfectionism. They think everything has to be perfect, or just yeah. You can't be that way if you want to collect ideas. So, I love this one. I just love that one. And I could go in here and do brush lettering on top of any of this if I, really liked a quote or something. Like this one, I think of the little, what do you call it, pyramids. Walk like an Egyptian, Steve Martin. Walk like an Egyptian. Oh, my goodness. Little pieces of leftover I haven't glued in yet. It's just sitting there. Big foam stamps, collage fodder. So you get the idea. So I keep this one pretty handy. So when I have Let me grab something up under here. When I have leftover paint on a palette, if I'm not like right in the middle of something, I'll pull this out and scrape up with the palette knife. Have a palette knife handy, and then just scrape it up and scrape it in here, and keep moving. And there's a little piece of something here. This is from the other journal, but I'll just throw it in here. Okay. So if you keep a desk journal, like I said, it can just be a composition book. And speaking of paint, let's just go ahead and clean my palette off. I don't keep paint skins anymore, but what do you call it? Coffee lid is perfect for acrylic paint. You just peel it off, and you never, this will last me forever. I told y'all when Denise and I were cleaning out, this is some years ago, one of the times, she comes over and throws things away. I literally had a stack of these like 3 feet tall. Like, Mom, they peel off. Why do you need 3 feet of those? So I threw away, just stacks of. She's right, of course. So anyway, there's a little desk journal like that. All right, I'll move that over there. All right, so then these are other collage journals that I have worked on. And these are 2 that have not been really painted in much yet. So we'll start with the ones that have really been painted in. And let's see, which one do I want to start with? I don't know. Maybe I was trying to see which one has the most done in it. These were those, what brand are they? The, hang on, it's probably in the back here. The Ohuhu ones, I think. Are these the Ohuhu brand ones? I think. And again, if y'all have seen me show these before, just see, I'll zoom in. Don't think that you have to stay and watch it again if you don't want to. But what I'm trying to decide is, do I want to cut these up? Do I want to take a picture of something and make it into a card, a postcard, or something like that? Or, I have to figure out what I want to do with these. And now, y'all know I've got, let's see, let me come over here on my shelf. Let me try to grab one. Tons of these, the kinds where I've made, magazine journals. These are all from gluing magazines together, and what do you call it? Reverse collaging in these. All right, now see the spine? See how that spine's all jacked up? That's because I didn't go back and front. I went straight through, and that's what happens. So, let's see here. Hang on. Hang on. I'm trying to. Oh, I don't want to forget about the Jane journal, too. Hang on. In case y'all don't believe me. Well, I know y'all do. I've shown y'all. I've toured my room before. But let's see here. I'll show y'all a couple of pictures around the room. There. Hi, Joanne. I was just talking about you. That's some of the cute little chickens, space chickens you sent me. All right, let me show y'all a couple more pictures. Let's see. I'm not going to edit them. I'm just going to crop them. I'll just crop them down. Hang on. I'll just do them all at once. All right, done. So y'all can see what I'm talking about. Give me just a second. Some of them I've taken off the shelf to show y'all today. So I have the stack right next to me. But hopefully it inspires y'all to see, look, you can do so many different things. I think I've got one more here. Oh, that's it. Okay. So I showed you this one. This is my skinny shelf by the door. Let's see if I can, there we go. The skinny shelf by the door. Then this is on the other side of the door. These are all old art journals. Now this row right here is paper, but all this is journals, journals. And this is cleaned up. I cleaned this one up. So these are all those 6-foot shelves. This one is the top above my marker build here. It's all journals up here. There's my all my abandoned books that I have to climb up on the table. I climb up on the table to get to that. That's up by the ceiling. More journals over here. Then here's some of the journals here. And I took some off the shelf here to show y'all today. And then these all go there, up in there. All those. It's all journals. These are all journals here. Journals. See, I pulled some out here. More sketchbooks down there. And there's a whole nother row of sketchbooks behind this pink thing. So, oh, and then there's this one. Let's see, I think I showed that one. So, yeah, you can see I have hundreds of them. All right, so this one, these are some, I don't even know what to say. They're just kind of mixed media, collage-y, painty books that, and they're, you know, I haven't pulled these down for a while. So I'll just do a flip. Y'all have any questions? Let me know. I mean, I'm trying to give y'all inspiration and show you can just glue and paint anything in, you know, scribble in them and, you know. Let's see. I'm reading chat while I'm flipping. Is that one stuck? There we go. And do I consider these finished? Really, no. I don't consider any of these pages completed. I can always go in here and add more. When I know that something is 100% completed is when I varnish it. When it's varnished, it's done. I love my axolotls. I love them. So, putting a cube organizer together. Okay, Angie. Thank you so, Carrie. And again, I could paint all this in. I could blend it all in and make it make it a completed page if I want. But in the meantime, and I like to, if you notice as I'm flipping through here, they're color themed. Everything's kind of, you know, color, I don't say color coordinated, but they're color themed, you know. So here's one where I started painting some in. So I'm just going to flip through. So this one, like I said, are any of my journals finished? This one's got something on every page, but do I consider it finished? And of course, I love me some lemurs. I painted him in. I love to paint lemurs. So, all right, so that's one of these little journals. I got another one here. I'm trying to keep the piles because I got to figure out where to put them back on the shelves or what I'm going to do. So do I want to cut these up? Do I want to take a picture of it and, you know, keep a spot of it? Like, let me see if I can figure out something for an example. Like maybe I'll find something that I can think of an example. Do you start with paint or collage? Mostly I start with collage. I've got a couple books where I painted all the pages just to have it painted background, but then if I start with paint, then I have to, if you mean a whole book or do you just mean a piece? It's easier to try to coordinate your colors if you have something that you're going off of rather than, unless it's black. I will paint something black in the background. Like, I don't know, if you have to go look at my abandoned book playlist where I take pictures in abandoned books and I call it reverse collaging because I paint out things. I get rid of things first. So in that sense, I'm kind of painting first. So if I'm working in my abandoned books, I can't reach them right now because I have to climb up on the table and nobody wants to see my feet. Although I have lovely feet. So anyway, so like they say, look, I might just tack something down. You see the colors, how the colors work. See, this isn't even glued down yet. I've just kind of pieced these together. So and then once they're glued down, and if you tear your papers, they're easier to blend with paint. So this one's not as painty as the last one, but this is kind of how they started. Each page, yeah. Then if you're looking at like these kind of books, they start with the collage. And then this is all paint right here. Well, that's a watch, but all this is paint. This is all paint. See how it's painted in? So you have to have something down to paint into it. So you can see how they kind of start here. See, I started painting there. This goes over to the other side. Love this. Started painting it in, scraping some paint in. Started painting here. This one's got a little door there. That's paint. Paint there. Paint here. Thanks, guys. I hope it's inspiring you because you can see there's just so many different ways that you can work in an art journal. And that includes like also working in a book, like taking an art book. Like I use the abandoned castles, abandoned places. I'm looking up here the Arctic one that Riri just sent me. Abandoned civilizations, abandoned palaces, abandoned sacred places. What else is up there? World War II. Yeah. Okay, so there's that. Then, see what we got here. I'm trying to show y'all something, an example of something I can do here, but I haven't found exactly what I want to do yet. So this one's got some stencils, and you can see it's just kind of, it looks a hot mess because they're not what you call finished. But you can do so many things with them. Let's see if I can let's try something here. I'll try this one. Let's see. I need to get okay, hang on, moving this close to me for a minute. Okay, now hang on. Let's see, where do I want this to go? Do I want it there, here, maybe there. Maybe right there. Okay, so now let me kind of adjust it here. Play with a little bit of clarity, not too much contrast. Turn the brightness down just a little. And I just did this real quick, just so y'all can kind of get the idea. Okay, and then I can make a little card out of this. All right, so you see this right here. Let me get the light sucked down there. Okay, so you see this right here. Now look, wait for it, wait for it. Hi, Carol. Now it's not going to, yes, Devin. Devin knew what I was going to say. Now it might not show up very well on my phone, but we'll see. See how you can take a bit of your work and pick it out. See, I took that right there and I brightened it, and you can do more to it. You can add filters and all kinds of things if you want, but I usually just brighten, highlight, sharpen, just do the basic things. See, like that. All right, so you get the idea, I think. Devin. So, yeah. Don't be afraid to crop down your pictures. And if you do anything, like if you have the only real digital I do is Procreate. I don't do AI. Not that I'm not getting into that, because I see a lot of AI I like. But what do you call it? I don't do Adobe or anything fancy. I just use Procreate, which is very simple to me. See, look, he's coming out like he's walked out of this. It's his shape right here, and he's walked out of it. Look, isn't that cool? I love that right there. Can y'all tell there's an alligator right there? It looks like a little hill, doesn't it? You could put a little person on there. You know what? And I saw that somebody's revamping the old Johnny Quest cartoons on Facebook. This right here is reminding me of, I know y'all know what I'm talking about. If y'all watch Johnny Quest, it was this spider guy eye thing. Had a red eye there, and he had these. Y'all probably remember this. If y'all ever watched Johnny Quest, I don't remember how many legs he had, but it was this creature that walked, it was like I think it had a ray. I think it had a laser. Well, look right here. It needs one of those on top of this alligator. Hi, Christine. Hi, Brooke. Let's see. Fire horse. Who else am I missing? See, it needs him. It needs one of those on here somewhere. Do you know what I mean? Let's just see. Let's see. There, that could be right there. And then it needs the red eye. Hang on, let me get an acrylic. It needs the red eye right there. And he's kind of camouflaged. And then it needs a little highlight. There we go. That's the Johnny Quest. And I forget what it was called in the actual cartoon. But yeah, now we got our little Johnny Quest. It's another leg. It needs another one coming over here somehow. Okay, all right. So let's move on. Okay, let's see what else we got here. Got stickers. And y'all know when I use stickers, I paint out the edges. I don't like the edges on stickers, so I paint those out. So let's just go back here. Let's just do a quick flip here. There's some stenciling. Lots of stenciling back here. I was in a stencil mood. So there's that one. Okay, let's see what else we got over here. Then I got these two big ones here. And these were these hoo ones. No, these are master studs. These are Hobby Lobby. I think they're 10 by 10. This is 23 and 24. This is 21 and 22. So we'll look through these real quick. Oh my goodness. Thanks guys for being here and going through my old journals with me. Again, I need to either take some pictures of some of the ones, like I just showed you, where I can focus in on something, you know, or cut them up or something. Now this one, and most of these that are finished in these books I did on stream. This is from 23. Made these little doorways, and then off the doorway comes down the ocean, and each one of these has eggs. They're hatching eggs in space. Each one of these has its own eggs. See, in space. Eggs in space. But any section could be something cool. Here's one that it's not, I wouldn't say it's done because it's not varnished, but we do these on stream. You know, every now and then we'll, you know, lately I've been working in my red journal, the red one, but try this with my journals. Yes, I know, right? I mean, you do. You have to. And I like doing mixed media collage. So I like doing collage, but then the rest of this is all paint. I like to paint in, you know. So you got a little water flicking up over the watches there. Time is moving. Time, a river of time right there. Then here's one under the sea with space. You know, again, I could pick a little section that I liked and zoom in on it. And this collage. Some paint started on here. This one's done because it's varnished. And I think I did make a print out of this one and did a giveaway. This one right here, this should just probably be on its own. I like the whole thing because I like the waterfall here, but I really like this right here a lot. This was from 2023. I think I'm sure I have a picture of it in my files, but let's go ahead. I'm going to take another one real quick. I do everything on my phone. If y'all didn't know, I don't do anything with a professional camera. I think an iPhone is the most professional camera that you're probably ever going to get. So, you know, and it's got all the different kinds of lenses already there. Took a picture of that. It's another one. This one, I did not let the varnish dry, so it's got pulled away areas, which, you know, I can go in there and fix with Sharpies and stuff. I just think of it, it's in my journal. If I want to take a picture of it, I can fix it good enough, well enough. I can fix it well enough to take a picture of it and turn it into something. Just so y'all can kind of get an idea. So you can fix things, but it's not varnish there. But if I take a picture of it, it doesn't matter. So we got these beans that are in these tubes. Just never know what's going to happen. You just never know what's going to happen. But make a few hundred of them, and you'll find something you do that you like. See, I really like this right here. Just that right there. This could be a little boat. It could be a little boat. Let's turn that into a little boat here. little something there. Hang on. I'm trying to give y'all some examples. If y'all missed, let me go back. Let me go quickly over to my Instagram. Here's an example of something really quick that I did over the weekend in Instagram. I don't want the music to play though. So this right here, I'll just show you what all it involved. Stenciled background. I had this picture right here of a pour toast fountain. It did not have all this water coming down. It just had this little bit right there. And so I had this stencil background. This is an 8 by 10. I can show you the actual piece, actually. I could show it to you. And this is a pour toast fountain. Then I had the world. And then this is one of those Tim Holtz rulers. And then I painted the mist coming down here and coming across here. I added the water coming down here, going over the top of the little thing there. So there we go. Yes. Are the collage pieces just tacked in with glue stick? No. Well, yeah, if you're seeing them here like this, this is just tacked in with glue stick until I glue them in. But when I glue, I use golden matte medium. Here, I'll show you. When I actually go to glue them in, it's golden matte medium. But not every journal do I want it to be like necessarily a completed, page. But if I want it, if I know I'm going to complete it, I'll glue it in with golden matte medium, and then I varnish them with high gloss varnish. Oh, let me go back to where that was. Where was that one? We were just in here. Hang on. So I can do this one. I'll do two of them here. I'll do the two that I showed y'all. This one. And this one I'm just doing here. Do I like it that far down? Maybe. Right there. So I'm just looking at it and I'm just kind of cropping it how I think it'll be cool. All right, now let's see. Put some shadows, contrast, take some of the contrast out. Okay. Okay, I like that. Like a little world there. Okay, so from this, crop it down to this. I could even crop it down more. Crop it down even more. Like I could just go to here, make a waterfall right there. And then this one. And again, I'm just doing this just with some adjusting the shadows, the brightness, the contrast. I'm just doing that right now. But you could do, if I put it in Procreate, I could do more stuff. Okay, hang on. Let's see. Was this one in here? I'm not sure. I think so. Let's try to find it. No, that's not it. Maybe it's not. Yeah, here. Okay, so this, I can turn it into a card like that. It wants to flash out, but I think you can see. Oh, Dee Dee, Devin's asking how you take a photo of your varnish pieces. It doesn't glare. It really doesn't glare. I mean, it can if you hit the light just right, like right there. See my light. You don't want to do that. You can't do that with a photo. But if your photo's over here, you can take a picture like that. You see, and it won't flash. It won't glare. At least it doesn't with my phone. Unless, like I said, unless I hit it with the, unless I let the light actually do that. Now I can't do that. You see? All right, so let's see. I think I've gone through this one enough to show you those. And then let's see. So here's a Frida one. Did I varnish that? Yeah, I varnished. I think it's got a light coat. I didn't put much on this one. I don't know why. Let's see. Oh, y'all looking at the John Deerian books? Which John Deerian book? Or y'all wanting to see something by John Deerian? One of the John Deerian sticker books, a John Deerian book. Did y'all want to see something, John Deerian? Oh, we got John Deerian. John Deerian is in the house. This one's done. We've done most of these on stream. This was 2023. A lot of this is collage soup images. You link both of his sticker books, Kat? Okay, hang on. Let me go run this back in. Let me take a quick break real quick, and I'll pick up my not the sticker book, but the John Deerian book while I'll be right back. Hang on, because I've got lemon water, people, lemon water. Hang on, I'll be right back. I got my John Deerian inspiration and another book of inspiration. I've shown them both, but I'll show them again. All right, let me finish this one and then I'll show those. Okay, then we'll have to do a giveaway here shortly. My collage inspiration was in my mind yesterday, and I bought a book with giant ants. Hey, you don't have to tell me about buying collage books to collage. I know I've told you all this story. This one's done too. See if it's varnished. It's done. Books a Million, they always have the $3 books. As a matter of fact, I got one, let's see, handy here that I used. Here's Reese, $3 hardback book. So you can get these books. Well, anyway, when they have these big sales like that, I will get, and I haven't done this, and I don't tell them usually anymore, but this was some years ago. And it was the old manager of Books a Million. I went in and I bought, I don't know, I had a stack, my arms are loaded down with a stack of books. And they're like $3 books. It's kind of like I do the calendars every year. And he goes, oh, wow, you're buying a lot of books. I said, yeah, I'm a collage artist. I'm going to cut them up. And he literally went white. He went, all the blood rushed from his face. You're going to cut them up? I said, well, let me ask you this. If these $3 books don't sell, where are they going to end up? Where are they going to end up? In a landfill? In some dusty thrift store? I'm repurposing these books. I'm repurposing them. Yeah, Riri, I was kind of that Books a Million. So anyway, so these are, yeah. So there's my little astronaut down here. Here's one of his spaceships. He's landed on this mushroom planet. This one's not done. This is in a stage. This is in a stage. This one's done. If it's varnished, it's done. But you see, I can use bits or pieces of things, you know. This one's done. This one I did with pour toast jars, pour toast collage jars. And then here's this astronaut. He's half in this dimension and half in this dimension. I love these colors. This is some of my favorite colors. I love this whole thing. I mean, I could just make a whole little world out of that, you know, just every little, you know. And another thing, if y'all want to do, if you have art journals, let me reach over here and get this. If you do art journals, you want to make cards or use your stuff, or if you just want to see what you want to draw, make you a little viewfinder like this, just two L's. And the reason you want to do it with like with paper rather than like a mat or something, you can use a mat too, but you can make different sizes. So like here, look, let me show you what I mean. See how you can look at different pieces? See, oh, that would look cool right there. That would be a good card. You know, and you can make it smaller or bigger. See? So just make yourself a little viewfinder when you go through your journals. You can, you know, hone in on something. So these have not been painted. They just got some stuff tacked down. They're not glued yet. So this one's done. This is one of my little time wranglers. He's fueling up. He's fueling time. They're trying to, you know, right now he's on a fish. I think I've named this fish fuel. I think the fish oil was the fuel for their ship. And so he's charging up his ship. Told you I grew up on science fiction, people. So here's another one. I like this one too. I love that eel looking thing coming through there. And the different little UFOs in the corners up there, see? Things going on. Cod liver oil. There you go, Jane. All right, I don't know how much more I got in here. Let's just kind of flip. There's my Zeus riding the fish. We did that one a couple years ago. So there's that. And then real quick, I'll show you these two books, and then I'll show you real quick my Jane swatch book. That anybody can make this, and it's so fun to make this book. But let me show you these real quick, and we got to do a giveaway. We got time. So let me back up the camera because this, I think this was last Christmas, I think. Annie or Denise or somebody gave me a gift card. And I said, I don't care if I spend my whole gift card. And I think I did spend one of my whole gift cards on this. The John Deerian picture book 2, John Deerian. And I do have his, what do you call it? Sticker books. Where are they? Right here. Here's this. Let's see. This is, where's the other one? So the John Deerian sticker book, just so you can kind of see and you see how much I've used it. But anyway, so there we go. That's the size difference. This is huge. I don't even know. Let me see. Do I have a ruler? Handy. It is 11.5 by 14. This John Deerian book. I'm probably missing stuff in chat. Well, the college. But I've used my John Deerian sticker books here. And then also Cabinet of Curiosities. That's a good one too. Okay, so John Deering. So this is a lot of his stuff is either blown up or shrunk down for his other. Let's see if I can get this here. Let me move the camera back just a little. Line it up here and brighten it up. Let's see. So yeah. What does this say? I don't remember. How often do you giggle? Not a silly or educated, I'm flirting with you and or attempting to distract you giggle, but a fully caught by surprise giggle. A tickled response of delight. What about pressing your nose against a glowing window, smudging the glass because you must get closer to peer inside at what seems to be the most delicious candy shop imaginable, and turns out to be almost that, and yet even better? It's a jewel box of a shop, an emporium of tantalizing images held in glass and found objects asking to be swept up and taken home to cherish. That is what I found waiting seemingly just for me at John Deering's New York City shop one winter day many years ago. Since walking through the shop's door, I have returned often to get a tickle and a giggle and to bring home a treasure or two. Some vintage buttons sewn to a card that eventually made it to a hand knit sweater, a box of winter solstice crackers that opened to reveal funny hats that made their way to the heads of holiday guests. Serving platters decoupaged with images of nested quail eggs to give as wedding presents. Many, many postcards sent to friends around the world with postage stamps that have begun to feel as if they were almost from another era. One of the most iconic purchases I made there was the first volume of the picture book. That's what we call it at home. It's perched and open to a Victorian music it is perched and opened on a Victorian music stand in the candlelight dining table of our 1830s house. My husband and I turn the pages and often and each for each other to discover a new image or a pair of them. When we enter the room, like notes once sent on the wings of carrier pigeons, or secret valentines, or messages sent in bottles on the tide. It astounds us how many times we have turned the pages and found a picture that we swear we have never seen before, as if there were a genie in the book that is teasing us. Well, when John informed me that there was to be a new picture book, I immediately told my husband, more messages in the bottle. Both volumes are cabinets of curiosities, of arts and marvels, modern day wonder, and I know it's a German word for wonderment, two volumes that offer years of delight and giggles. I cannot resist reading that. Okay. And just so y'all can see how big this book is, it's huge. And some of these pictures have been shrunk down and made into stickers in his sticker books. And I know he travels all over the world, and particularly like French flea markets, and finds all these vintage like wallpapers and images. I will never cut this book up. Just FYI, I will never cut this book up. So, and I won't show you the whole thing. I'll do a backflip. I'll do a backflip like right out of my chair. If y'all missed that this morning, I literally did. Well, the chair did a backflip on me. But what I mean by a backflip is, I'll show you here in a minute. Isn't it? And the paper's cream color. Isn't it just stunning? So it's huge, thick book. It's heavy as all get out. And there's little notations in the back of where he got the images and what and where they're from and all that. See in the back here. This is what I mean by a backflip. Okay, so it just bends. The book bends better when you do it this way. Isn't it stunning? Yes, antique book illustrations. But when he turns them into stickers that you can use and things, it's just so fun. So what I've done with some of his stickers, like I have so many journals I could show y'all, so many different things that I do with this stuff. But one of my play journals, well, actually, I think I got two of them. One's more of a Society of Idea Collector notebook, and one's more of a play journal. I'll show you those real quick, too. Then the other book I brought up because it's sitting next to the John Darien one is the color chart book, A History. And it's also a beautiful book. Janet, do you have this one yet? All the swatches, the history of color swatches. Look, Janet, are you still there? Or did you faint? Janet might be hanging out with her family, though, too. She has her family visiting. But look, it's a history of color swatches, kind of like my what I'm doing with my Jane Davenport book. So that's Anne Vericon Color Charts, A History. I'll give you the ISBN 978-0691-255170. Again, I got this at Barnes & Noble. Okay, so there's that. Now let me show you two more books real quick, and then I'll show you the Jane Davenport. Well, let's do a giveaway first. What time is it? Okay, let's do it. Let's do a giveaway first. Then I'll show you three more things before we go. All right, let me get my iPad here ready for. Here, let me show you something real quick in Procreate as a comparison. Do I have a comparison of that? I don't know if I have a before and after of that. I wanted to show y'all a before and after of when I can take and get rid of seams. Or well, I'll just show you one here. Here's one of my Procreate. Took a picture of it and I got rid of the seam out of the middle of the journal and made it into a print to send y'all out as giveaways. All right, well, I'll do, let's give away some, I don't have any cut out. Let me get out random.org, but I'll do I'll give away some more of the little red panda stickers. I'm going to fix that right there. Okay, hang on. Let me get to to random.org. I don't want that. Let's get rid of that. Hang on. Random. Okay. Get our random.org here and we'll do 2 US, 2 international. I'll do I don't have them cut out yet, but y'all saw the sticker in this book here. Oh. All right, let me zoom in one. So this sticker right here, the red panda, he's on a vinyl, gloss vinyl sticker, and I'll give away 2 US and 2 international. And look at all of Tina's, what do you call it? Instructions. Let me get some, let's see if I got some this size envelope. 1, 2, 3, 4. We do 2 US and 2 international. And I don't have to do it giveaway every week, but I like to. I like doing a giveaway every week. All right, let's turn them over here. I might stick in some, what do you call it? Some ephemera of some sort in there too. And I did when I sent thank yous to everybody that I sent some of those stickers to, some of these stickers to. I did put on the back, it was a sticker, because otherwise you just might think it's on a shiny paper, but it is a sticker that you can stick on, to peel and stick. All right, so let's see here. Let's do international only first. Raul, if you're in the background, I think Raul's already got one sticker coming to him. All right, international only. And these are, let me put down sticker here because I'll forget what I'm saying because I don't have them cut yet. I have them printed, but I don't have them cut. So I want to make sure. Okay. All right, international only. 1 to 100. Wait till I type in go. When I type in go, let's zoom in one more. When I type in go, put in a number between 1 and 100, international only. First two people closest to the random.org new number. I gotta fix that little thing right there. We'll get one of the red panda stickers. Hi, sister. Who else is here? Yeah. All right. And remember, make sure you have live chat clicked at the top. Otherwise, you won't see all the chat. And I will try to wait on my mods to confirm for me. Okay. While I type in go, one number only. Don't change your number, move your number. Don't dilly dally, dawdle, or lollygag. Then I'll show you I'll quickly show y'all a couple more journals. So, yeah, I hope y'all enjoy it. I haven't pulled all the journals out for a month of Sundays. And again, on Wednesday, hopefully I'll get the project materials tomorrow so that we can do it on Wednesday because if y'all weren't here at the beginning of the show, the wood bending tongue depressor system thing that Mark did on Instagram, it was a bust, people. And Riri tried it too. So I boiled them for an hour and soaked them for overnight, and they still did not bend. So that was a bust. Oh, so I have another project in lieu of that one that we're going to do on Wednesday if I get my stuff in tomorrow. All right, counting down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get your number and hit that enter. All right, here we go. Get over here to my. All right. First two people closest to 49 without going over. International only, 49 without going over. Then we'll do US, exact same process. 49 without going over. Let's see. Tori had 37. 40. Okay, Devin had 40. Is it Devin? Aw, thanks. Y'all tell me, is it Devin? Devin had 40. Y'all double check me. And then, who's the next closest? Is it Tori with 37? Is it Devin and Tori? Okay, Devin. And is it Tori with 37? Double check me. Yeah, Tori with 37. So Tori and Devin, y'all are the international sticker winners. Well, sticker winner. How's it? Chicken. All right, now we're going to do the exact same thing with US. Wait till I type in go. Same thing applies. USA only. First two people closest without going over will get a winner. I did do rooster stickers for a while. I did do chicken. All right, here we go. You're welcome. Says Raul even here. Did Raul come in? Come on, go. Hit it. It's not going. There it goes. I didn't see Raul. Raul, if you're here. Hey, Raul. Okay, so US only, 1 to 100. Same thing, first two people. And then let me show you quickly. I'll quickly I'm not going to do like page by page. I'm just going to do a quick flip here. Let me see if I can get these two off the shelf. And then I'll do a quick Jane Davenport. And Devin's going, yeah, that's not going to be so quick, but I will make it quick. Just so y'all can see a couple more journaling ideas like he did. I don't know. All right, get your numbers in. I'm going to count down. Don't dilly-dally, dawdle, or lollygag. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, a 2, a 1. Okay, let me get my iPad here. Let's go ahead and pick a new number. New number. 31. First two people closest to 31 without going over. I don't have a place to sit this stuff. 31. 31 without going over. All right, I'm scrolling back. 31 without going over. USA only. I'm scrolling. Everybody put in a lot of high numbers. Let's see. 31 without going over. Let's see. It looks like it might be Christina Shafiro. Christina Shafiro. Do I have your address? Steph. Which Steph? Wait a minute. Vale. Steph. Which Steph? Let me scroll back. Steph. Scrolling back. I'm looking for Steph. I don't see Steph. What is that, her real name? Okay, I don't see Steph Art Life, but okay, I know I don't have her address. So Steph Art Life, you'll have to send me your address. I don't share your address with anybody, and I don't put you on an email list or anything like that. And Christine, and I have 4 Christine, so I want to make sure I get the right one. Christine, SCHIAFFO. Yeah. Okay. So both of y'all send me your addresses. Okay. Do not put your, don't put your addresses in here. Email them to me. Here we go. Hang on. Email me. Yes. There's my email. I put it in, and my email is always available at my About tab. So both of you two, email me your address, and I'll send you out one of the Red Panda stickers. Thanks for being here. All right, so there's that. You're welcome. Christina Shapiro, I think I have your address, but I have 4 or 5 Christines. So I want to make sure I get yours. Okay, so just email me your address again. All right, quickly, I got these 2 books. One is just kind of like they're 800-page big thick sketchbooks. And one of them, let's see which one. This one, or is it this one? Okay, this one has more ideas. This is more of an idea, like not really, it's not my full-on Society of Idea Collecting notebook or journal or sketchbook, whatever. That's in a 3-ring binder, which I didn't even pull that out today. My Society of Idea Collector notebook. But this has got ideas in it, so I'll show you that in a minute. This one is just this would be what I would say a doodle book. And in here, I have a lot of my John Deere stickers that haven't used in a project. I just like them. So what I do is I put them in here, and then I'll play with them. Now, this one's not a John Deere, but here's one of the pages that I've done, just a random collage in here. But I'll put, I just have different, like here's the leftover part of the sticker. And so this is what I'll just kind of play with, doodle and play in here. So this is just kind of like, and we did this one a while back, 2025. And so, yeah, this is just kind of a play, scribble, doodle, shapes, ideas. Janet, that's one of Janet's cards. Hey, y'all, watch this. And then, so some little pen and ink drawings with some watercolor. but it's just kind of a like, just a, I don't even know what to call it. Just a playbook, a play journal. So there's that. And then in the same kind of book, though, this one has more ideas where I write things in. And then I also have this. This actually goes in this book. These are more collage ideas in this book, but it's too thick. It's too thick to go in here, so I'm going to have to break it down and tape it in some of these. I think these are some blank pages there. So I'm just going to kind of quickly go through this. So it's just got all kinds of notes and ideas and, it's got, it's just got all kinds of little everything. So I really won't go through the whole thing now, just kind of flip like this. So, I'll write down ideas, notes, some stickers, and then here's all kinds of more notes and stickers in there. So, yeah. So if you just want to have something that you just throw everything in, a journal like this is good too, although it gets full fast and then I don't get it all put away into my Society of Idea Collector notebook. My Society of Idea Collector notebook is pretty, I can't get to it right now, but it's pretty organized. Then the last thing I'm going to show y'all, I think, is my Jane Davenport. Now, I can't do it the whole thing because it's another big, thick notebook. But this one started out, it's either, I think it's 4 or 5. Let me back up. It's either 4 or 5 Jane Davenport books. No, this might be too, well, maybe. 4 or 5 Jane Davenport books that I've deconstructed. I like the name Play Journal. I started doing a junk journal, but then some looks more like a scrapbook. Yeah, scrapbook, junk journal, art journal, sketchbook. I do have my sketchbooks. I didn't pull any of those out today either. Or I have my drawings in. I pulled those out here a while back. You can go, I have a sketchbook playlist, I have an art journal playlist, I have a collage, I have a mixed media, I have a abandoned books playlist. So there's lots of playlists. Society of Idea Collector. So just some place where you can put your ideas and not worry about it. Oh, thank you, Vale. That's sweet. So this one, and I have something similar to this where I've deconstructed some of the famous designer books that design interiors, fabrics, clothing, and stuff like that. And I have a couple more notebooks like that of those kind of things. We won't get to that today. We're going to barely get to this. So I did start, I wanted to have a place to put, this started out with Jane's stuff, but then I thought, well, I want to put all of my, not just Jane Davenport swatches in here, but other swatches. I'm not good at keeping up with swatches, guys. Janet, oh my gosh, maybe Janet will show her swatch book again today. Janet, if you're still here, Janet comes on at 1. If y'all want to, maybe she'll show her swatch book again. Let's see, the white's looking a little odd. It's looking a little, I don't know, let's see here. Janet might show her swatch book again today. All right, so this one is, like I said, 4 or 5 Jane Davenport, I did this some years ago, Jane Davenport art books, cut up, and everyone had to be put ringed, reinforcements on. Because what I did is I took her books and off of a base page, there's like 4 or 5 flip outs. Flip, flip, flip. So you'll see. We'll try to make it quick. And then every now and then I'd put in a heavy piece of cardstock just to give it some reinforcement because the pages are, they're not real thick. But what I did is each one, like here's a section right here. So they have the reinforcements on them. Okay. This took me some days to do. This wasn't just hours. This was quite the project to do. But it's kind of like a junk journal, color swatch, Jane Davenport, eye candy inspiration journal. So, and also I washi taped pages together, and every place you see washi tape has also been glued because washi tape is not good for really sticking your pages together. It looks pretty, but it doesn't really hold things. So all the washi tape that I've used to hold pages together is all also glued down. So that's all glued down. So these are all different books, pages from Jane's books. Okay, so here's another little, they're like little signatures. Okay, so here's another little signature, and I'll keep my hand here so you can see how much is in one signature. So it goes like this, like this, like this, like this. And then there's some junk journaling stuff. And this flips and that flaps. So it's just, and then I started doing some of my, Inktober lists were in here. I did a little bit of stuff in here, but it really is just more eye candy. And I did a little bit of Smack and Dragon ink. And then here's some this is a Jane page, but I took some of, and I think I got most of these kind of vintagey things from Preppy Crafty Girls kits. So I'll try to flip kind of quickly just so y'all can kind of see. See, this all flips and flaps and goes. And then I use paint chips for dividers. So I'm going to kind of go quick. So I started doing a little bit of like Inktober 2019 ideas, some more little thumbnails. So there's a little bit of stuff in here, but it's mostly Jane swatches and her watercolors and her books. Because like I said, I deconstructed, I think 4, maybe 5 of her books are in here. It's a little girl there, little vintage toy, game card. Vintage fabric piece. So it's a little bit of everything. I don't know what this is holding there. Vicky Bouton's colors, swatches. So yeah, so this is kind of like a junk journal, art journal, swatch journal, vintagey Jane Davenport book. So I'm going to try to go quick so y'all can just kind of see. You can put anything in these kind of journals, but then you can go back and you can paint, you can swatch. There's a little bit of, did some, brush lettering. Book pages, just whatever pages. Some Smack and Dragon with the ink. More Smack and Dragon. Lip flop. Hang on, guys. I'm not really looking at chat while I try to get through this. Old Vintage Valentine. So you can collect ideas in a gazillion different ways. Here's the Poscas and some different paint pens that I had. I've not swatched my 300 and whatever set of paint pens. Another heavy cardstock to give it some stability. Smack and Drag. Different Jane books. So y'all can see a lot fits in a 3-ring binder. There's more different Jane colors, and I used her packaging for tabs. More Jane watercolors. tabs made with her packaging. Some Arteza watercolors in here. My swatching is not organized like Janet's. If y'all have seen Janet's swatching, y'all know what I'm talking about. Yeah, just look up Jane Davenport. She had a whole product line. She's from Australia. She has books, tons of books and products. I don't know what product she's selling at the moment. I do have all her glitter ink bottles and all her watercolors and her little circular palettes for paint. There's a name for them. I can't think of it right now. So I have a lot of Jane Davenport products, but these are all, this whole thing is based off of her books that I cut up all her books and put them in a binder because I can. So, along with everything else that you're seeing in here, there's some little faces. And she has classes and different things online. If you look up Jane Davenport on YouTube, you'll see her, she has a YouTube channel. And again, she used to sell at Michael's, her products at Michael's some years ago before the virus. And then I think, so I don't know if that had a lot to do with her not importing her supplies to America because of the virus thing. And also, I think one of the factories in China burned down. I don't remember the whole story, but she still does classes and things on YouTube. So, and then just some art book pages from a vintage art book. Okay, so now I'm just going to go ahead and take it from the back and do a back flip because look how much I still have here. I still have all this back here. Tons more. Here's different little swatches and more swatches. But if you want to see a swatching queen, that would be Janet. Maybe she'll show her swatch book again today. So anyway, guys, I hope y'all enjoyed just going back through. I don't know how many, like this book. I love it. I love it on my shelf. And I do get eye candy out, but it takes a lot of room. All these, however many 3-ring binders I said I counted earlier that I have, they take up a lot of shelf space. But I do love them. Okay, guys. Well, I'll let y'all go. I hope y'all enjoyed going through some of my journals again because the project I wanted to do today with Mark's wooden, what do you call it, tongue depressor bracelets was a bust. I don't know how he softened his tongue depressors, but Riri and I both soaked them overnight, boiled them. This is the closest I could get to them being. So I have another project. So this was going to be the project today. So it turned into just to being a junk journal or a journal flip because this was a bust. But anyway, hopefully y'all enjoyed going back through some journals. And thank you, Riri. And so Wednesday, we're going to try something else if my supplies come in tomorrow. And so, yeah, y'all have a great rest of your day. Don't forget, Janet comes on at 1 Eastern. She has her family company. Barbie's going to stream with her, hopefully. And we will see you all over there. So y'all have a blessed rest of your day. Okay, thank you, Lucretia. We'll see. All right, guys. Bye.